You've heard the story of Pandora's box, right? The first woman, created out of clay, given a mysterious jar and told never, ever to open it. Of course, she opens it, unleashing all the evils into the world: sickness, sorrow, poverty, and war. Only one thing remains inside: hope. We usually hear this story as a cautionary tale about curiosity and disobedience. But what if it's something deeper? What if the story of Pandora isn't about punishment, but about the very first moment humanity consciously faced the terrifying, dangerous unknown? This isn't just an old myth. It's a profound psychological drama that plays out in our own lives every single day. Let's look closer at that infamous box, which was originally a large storage jar, a pithos. In psychology, a sealed container often symbolizes the unconscious mind. It's the place where we store everything we don't want to look at: our hidden fears, our repressed memories, our deepest insecurities. Carl Jung would call this the shadow. It's the part of ourselves we keep locked away, hoping it will never get out. Pandora, then, represents the part of us that can't resist peeking inside. Her curiosity isn't just a simple character flaw. It's the engine of human progress. It's the force that drives us to explore, to learn, to invent. But it's also a double-edged sword. Curiosity pulls us toward the unknown, and the unknown is inherently frightening. Every time we step into a new job, start a new relationship, or even just click on a scary news headline, we are reenacting Pandora's choice. We are choosing to confront something that might bring us pain or anxiety, all for the sake of knowing what's inside. The myth tells us that when the lid comes off, evils fly out. But let's reframe that. These aren't literal monsters. They are emotional and psychological metaphors. When we are forced to confront something we've been avoiding, say, a difficult truth about ourselves or a crisis in the world, what comes rushing out? Fear, insecurity, trauma, overwhelm. The contents of the jar are the contents of our own unexamined anxieties. And think about how this plays out on a global scale. The fear of the unknown is a powerful force in our collective psyche. We see it in our reaction to global pandemics, where an invisible virus upends our entire world. We see it in the face of rapid technological change, like artificial intelligence, which promises a new future but also threatens our sense of stability and identity. We see it in social and political crises, where the future feels uncertain and the old rules no longer seem to apply. In these moments, it feels like 1,000 Pandora's boxes have been opened all at once, and the air is thick with collective anxiety. Pandora, in this light, becomes an archetype of inevitable opening. The story suggests that we can't keep the lid on forever. Sooner or later, life will force us to face what's inside the box. The unknown will always demand to be known. The question isn't whether the box will be opened, but how we will react when it is. This brings us to our modern dilemma: information overload. In our digital age, we have constant access to an unfiltered stream of global news, opinions, and crises. Every time we scroll through our social media feeds, we are, in a sense, opening Pandora's box. We're bombarded with stories of conflict, disaster, and suffering from every corner of the globe. This constant exposure can feel like the evils of the myth swarming around us, leaving us feeling powerless, anxious, and emotionally exhausted. We are consuming the world's collective anxieties without any filter, and it's taking a psychological toll. We're living in a state of perpetual low-grade panic, always waiting for the next bad thing to emerge from the endless scroll. This is where the concept of the collective shadow becomes so relevant. When societies refuse to look at their own problems, injustice, inequality, environmental destruction, those problems don't just disappear. They get repressed, hidden away in the collective unconscious, just like the evils in Pandora's jar. But that repressed energy always finds a way out. It gets projected onto other groups, leading to conflict and us versus them thinking, or it erupts as social crises that seem to come out of nowhere. We blame external forces for our problems, refusing to see that we are simply dealing with the contents of a box we packed ourselves. So what is the lesson here? Is it to be less curious? To avoid the news? To lock our own psychological boxes and throw away the key? The myth suggests the opposite. The path to psychological maturity isn't about avoiding the unknown. It's about learning how to integrate it. True strength comes from having the courage to face uncertainty, to look at the difficult truths about ourselves and our world without being destroyed by them. By consciously acknowledging our fears and anxieties, we take away their power. We stop being haunted by shadows and start seeing them for what they are, parts of ourselves that need attention and understanding. And this brings us to the most mysterious part of the myth: hope. Hope is the one thing that remains inside the jar. But why? Psychologically, this is fascinatingly ambiguous. Is hope a comfort, a promise that things will get better? Or is it a form of escapism, the final temptation that keeps us from truly dealing with the reality of suffering? Perhaps the answer is both. Hope can be the fuel that keeps us going in dark times, giving us the strength to face another day. But if hope becomes a passive wish that someone or something else will fix our problems, it becomes another form of avoidance. The true power of hope isn't just about believing in a better future. It's about believing in our own ability to help create it. It's the active, resilient force that says, yes, all of these terrible things are out in the world now, but so are we. Hope isn't the absence of despair, it's the courage to act in spite of it. So how can we apply this ancient wisdom to our modern lives, to cope with our own anxieties about the unknown? First, practice conscious engagement. You don't have to open every box. Be mindful of the information you consume. Instead of endlessly scrolling through anxiety-inducing headlines, choose specific times to get informed and then step away. Curate your information diet just as you would your nutritional diet. Second, acknowledge what comes out. When you feel anxious or overwhelmed, don't just push it away. Name it. Say, I am feeling afraid of the future, or I am feeling insecure right now. By simply acknowledging the emotion, you are bringing it from the unconscious into the conscious, where you can actually deal with it. This is the act of looking at the evils without letting them consume you. Third, find your personal hope. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about identifying what you can control. You can't solve a global crisis by yourself, but you can control your own actions. You can be kind to a neighbor. You can learn a new skill. You can create something beautiful. You can focus on small, meaningful acts that give you a sense of agency and purpose. This is the active, resilient hope that was left for us. In the end, the story of Pandora is not a story of a woman's mistake. It is a profound story of human consciousness and transformation. It teaches us that opening the box, confronting our fears, our shadows, and the world's uncertainties is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the moment we are forced to grow, to become more resilient, and to discover the strength we never knew we had. The evils are out, yes, but so are we. And we have hope, not as a passive wish, but as a tool for building a better world, right here, in the midst of it all. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the psychology of our most powerful myths and stories. Stay curious, but stay mindful.